Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Well, it turns out Dragon Age The Veilguard is just as woke as we all expected, and honestly, the gameplay sounds like it's broken and a bit absolute mess and is not going to make fans happy in any way, shape, or form. And ladies and gentlemen, it should come as no shock to anyone out there after all the people involved with this game were saying all of these exact same things. And honestly, I feel really sad for all the Dragon Age players out there. I have a lot of my followers, I have a lot of my subscribers out there that are huge fans of this game. I played the first one, I thought it was a lot of fun, I had a good time, but I didn't carry on with the series. But I know I've got a lot of my hardcore fans out there that are absolutely foaming at the mouth because of what they are doing to this beloved franchise. And a lot of people are out there actually speculating this might end up being the end of Bioware entirely because of how much of a mess this game is, all of the backlash they've gotten so far, and considering the fact that we have seen this kind of stuff go out there this year 2024, see a lot of these kind of games come out there with a lot of the diversity, inclusion, and equity nonsense built right into the package, and watching them turn into disastrous dumpster fires. And it looks like if this all ends up being true, which it seems like it will be, Dragon Age The Veilguard will end up being exactly that, the next big disastrous dumpster fire for the video game industry. And honestly, boys and girls, it's exactly what they deserve. So we're going to check this article from thatparkplace.com, getting all of the juicy details of exactly how messed up this game actually is from this insider. But before we do, if you do enjoy our content, hit that like button, share with all your friends, and subscribe or follow if you have not already, boys and girls, because we are grinding, we are growing, and I could not do this without every single one of you. Also, leave us a comment in the section down below. Do you believe this playtester? Does this surprise you in any way, shape, or form, or are you still holding out hope this will actually end up being a good game? Let us know what you think about all that in the comment section down below. And also, if you'd like to help support the channel, please check out the links in the description. So, from thatparkplace.com and our dear sweet John F. Trent. Alleged Dragon Age The Veilguard player tester reveals how ultra woke game really is, beginning with non-binary Quinari companion. As an alleged Dragon Age The Veilguard playtester broke his NDA to reveal how ultra woke the game really is, beginning with the fact that Quinari companion Tosh identifies as non-binary, which we'd all known, expected, and was essentially gotten confirmed that yes, the non-binary character was going to be key to the game because that's how it always goes. They've got to be the bestest ever. The playtester shared his information with YouTuber Nahur and began the Quinari campaign Tosh. He stated, "She told me." This is the character. The character said, "I'm a non-binary person. How the hell that a fantasy game in Thetis has the word non-binary?" Yeah, this new fake made up word that they've made out there that should not describe actual people in any way, shape, or form out there, because guess what? We're all binary. You're either born with male or female genitalia. That's how the system works. She said that I don't like men and I don't like women. I identify myself as non-binary. Just like that, this tester says. That is absolutely insane. So, of course, they shove it right down your throat. Oh, but boys and girls, it gets worse. From there, he discussed romance options available in the game and implied that they are gender locked. So if you choose male pronouns, you can only romance the two female characters that are in the dwarf Harding and the female mage Neve. However, if you choose non-binary as a pronoun option, you can romance all the characters. Oh, that's right. If you conform to our way of thinking, you'll get more options, unlike games in the past where you could choose to go either way. And what kind of bigots are these game developers? Are you talking about the fact that, well, what if they always thought they were only male or female? What if they only thought that and then all of a sudden decided to wake up one day and all of a sudden go non-binary or I'm gay? Why can't you do that? I wonder why. Because they want to force an agenda down your throat. If you want to be able to have all of the options available to you and explore the entire game in its entirety, you have to choose their pronouns. You have to go their way unless you want to replay the entire game. Oh, no. You will be forced to comply, bigot. Regarding the pronouns, he detailed, of course there's pronouns. They shove it in your throat, just like Starfield. Same thing all over again. And you know what? Just for giggles, because we haven't played it in a while, boys and girls, here is our lovely little Starfield rant from none other than our boy Az himself.
There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing more than to be dragged out out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us. Current fucking day? Fuck off. We can't see past our own fucking reflection. That's the level of our narcissism here at Bethesda. Twat waffle. That's all you fucking are. Twat waffle. Fuck off. Fuck your gender ambiguity. Fucking current day Californian shit. Cause that's all we fucking know. Cause we're boring. We're so fucking boring. You're boring. You're fucking dull. You have nothing to say. Fuck your immersion. Guess what? Fucking pronouns. You take everything we love and you just can't help. Shovel your dog shit. Fucking crap. Ideology into everything. Every single solitary fucking thing.
Well said, well said. And that's exactly what it comes down to. They have to interject all of their ideology into this kind of stuff because that's what matters to them more than anything else. So yes, well said, Az. Shout out to Heels versus Babyface. If you haven't already, make sure you go subscribe to all of his stuff and follow him on all of his platforms. So as far as the game's story, he described it as baffling. He went on then to point out Solus's role. They put him on the side. He's basically in the fade, and basically we will talk to him every now and then, and that's it. And at the end of the game, there is something that is going to happen. Next, he shared, there's two elven gods. One of them, Gilliamon, and he will make another Darkspawns. And the other one, Elgarmon, he was trying to take the elves and basically enslave them again. Something like that. Sounds like they're essentially rehashing storylines that have already happened in the game. He noted that it was just disappointment after disappointment. And I've got this funny feeling the general audience is going to feel the exact same way. He also shared that the endings for the game are drastically different from each other, but the rest of the gameplay is not all that different. You have the reputation system just like Origins. If you have a good reputation with the Veil Jumpers, they will help you out, and you can pursue the ending on that front. If you do this, it will go this way, but it's all based on either you can redeem Solus or you're going to end him, and that's it. It literally all depends on just one single decision. It reminds me of like the promises that were made with Fable 2 out there, right? And how you were going to get these different endings depending on the decisions you made in the game. And then literally it's just the last decision you make is the only thing that affects the game's ending. Nothing else. He noted it's Andromeda all over again. As far as how the Inquisitor affects the game, he shared, basically he doesn't do anything. He's just going to give you a consultation of how to defeat the Elven God because he got help in the Inquisition. And he will basically lend you support. Either he'll give you the support of the Inquisition or not. But it depends on if the Inquisition is disbanded. It's going to be a shit show because the Elven God will do like very nasty because of all the Inquisition are all corrupted. As far as the origin of the player character, Rook, he revealed the character is recorded by Varric in a bar. He shared Rook, the character, he's just a guy. They found him in the fucking bar. That's it. Varric and Harding were in the bar. They say, oh, hi, it's this guy? They say, no, he doesn't look good. Oh, is this maybe the guy? No. Oh, this guy. Yeah, I think this is going to be a good, guy to have the fate of the entire Thetis on his hand. He was drinking in the bar, and that's it, and they took him. You know, he's not exactly Wolverine, ladies and gentlemen, with his reputation kind of permitted himself. No, there's just some rando dude out there that decided to pick up in a bar. I mean, given that's how a lot of the D&D quests start, but this is Dragon Age. This is Dragon Age. This guy's going to have the entire fate of the world depending on him, and you picked him up in a bar. Next, he shared out his feedback was not even passed along to the developers of Bioware. Oh, color us shocked there. They don't want to hear any actual constructive criticism in any way, shape, or form because they're the bestest ever. And they know better than all of you out there. They don't need to hear from you simple little chuds. They don't need to hear about you any little people out there. They don't want to hear from you fans. Because that's what this is. This guy is an absolute Dragon Age fan as well. But no. They're better, smarter, and faster than any of you out there, so they don't need to hear your criticism. While recalling an interaction with his manager, he said, How about I give you a very comprehensive feedback so you can give it to the devs that came from a Dragon Age fan? He said, yes, I would like that, but no promises. Oh, we've heard that before. Anybody that's ever worked for a management know what that means, or hell, anybody that's ever had a parent knows what that means. So I sent it to him, and I wrote it down there because he said, hey, you need to write it down on our computers. You cannot write it down on your own personal computer. It's probably because they didn't want it to actually, it ended up getting out there anywhere. So I write it there and everything, and I show it to him. So he actually stayed at work extra time to write this out. He looked at it. He said, this is very good. Unfortunately, I cannot send it to them because, of course, he was probably criticizing all of the ridiculousness about the forced pronoun issue, about all of the rest of the nonsense, about how the game didn't make any sense, how it didn't follow up with everything else, literally. And, of course, no. That manager was trying to keep his job. He knew for a fact that any kind of negative criticism like this going up the pipeline would probably cause him or someone else to end up getting fired. So he's like, no, we're not doing that. This is the biggest problem. You have a bunch of weak, soy, beta male bitches inside of the video game industry that are not willing to push back on these woke, possessed by the spirit of the age psychopaths out there that continue to destroy the video game industry. And then guess what? Until that changes, they will continue to go bankrupt, like what we have seen out of so many companies this year in 2024 alone. By the way, how's Ubisoft looking right now? He then explained why. I asked him what's the reason. He said, this is very good feedback, but I cannot because I was going in. Like every single character, I even told them that. What is non-binary in that universe? How the hell has this world traveled through time and space? Nice Doctor Who reference right there. You're probably a nerd just like all the rest of us out there. Shout out, buddy. But literally, yeah, it's like this is something that has only come about in the last few years here in Western civilization out there. You go to Africa, you go to one of those tribes out there, you go to like some untouched place, you're gonna explain to them what non-binary is, and they're gonna look at you like you're retarded, which is what all of us should look at as these Dragon Age people as well. From there, he discussed the Grey Warden, Darvin, and he also had no knowledge of the Grey Wardens. He had no idea about anything for the Grey Warden. He's basically a scout in the Grey Wardens. He didn't fully finish his training. He was the one that decided the entire Grey Warden once again, and he's a nobody. As for why the character who gets to make this choice, the player just alleged, because he has a different skin tone. Color us shocked there. A nobody who should not be making any kind of decisions whatsoever for the hierarchy of the Grey Wardens gets to do it all because he's the bestest ever because of diversity reasons. Oh, color us shocked there. He then described the gameplay in Fade as a walking simulator that features a couple of fetching quests and taking stuff here and there. And that's it. And I mean, literally, isn't that one of the biggest complaints we've got from the Ubisoft games, that they're nothing more than walking simulators and fetching quests? Like, this has gotten old. Gamers are tired of it because they have no originality. Just like Az said in his rant earlier in the video out there, they have no original thoughts in their mind whatsoever. And it's pathetic. And this is what we get. Once again, why it feels like there's a bunch of rehashes of old storylines from former games. This alleged playtester also shared that Morrigan and Varric are merely advisors in the game. Finally, he thinks the game is so bad that it will be the end of Bioware. And why wouldn't it be? We've seen so many of these studios get closed down after these games have come out and flopped. And if this guy's right, if all of this is accurate and this is the way the game releases, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that this thing is going to turn into a financial disastrous dumpster fire, will flop, and it'll be exactly what they deserve over there. He says, when I play tested it, I told myself and my friend that this is the end. This is the end for Bioware. This is where Bioware, they say, EA will basically pull the plug. Even Electronic Arts will be like, look, at the end of the day, we agree with all of your diversity, inclusion, nonsense. We completely and totally are down for the spirit of the age and possessed by all of that nonsense. And we'll sacrifice almost anything on the cult except for our money, because we would actually like to keep our jobs and keep our company going out there. And yeah, looks like it'll be very interesting to see what the future of Bioware holds after Dragon Age The Veilguard comes out, turns out, and gets verified as being the biggest pile of woke steaming garbage that we have seen in a long time, and completely and totally pisses off all of the actual Dragon Age fans out there. And honestly, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, in the year of 2024, where all of these video game industry companies have been possessed by the spirit of the age, they decided to produce this stuff, they decided to ignore their fan base, they've decided to ignore their audience, and decided to ignore their own lore. This game is going to be a busted mess of woke ideology nonsense that is going to flop harder than anything we have seen in the Dragon Age history before. Bioware may end up going bankrupt before it, may end up getting closed down. And guess what? You decided to bet on pronouns. You decided to bet on a new audience, a modern audience that doesn't exist. And we have seen this happen time and time again. After all, go woke, go broke. And guess what, Bioware? You get exactly what you deserve.